Good evening, Plaisance. It's always a pleasure for me to address the people of Plaisance. But this evening, you're being addressed on a special occasion. The occasion is one in which we are preparing for national elections. We are preparing for the most important election in our lives. There is one thing we must bear in mind, that we have to go and bring out everybody and ensure they vote for the APNU plus AFC. My friends, I want to say to you that as a political party, we did enough to be re-elected. You agree? We did enough to be re-elected. And our opponents did enough bad so they shouldn't be re-elected. And so I'm saying to you, we have shown that we have the interests of the people of this country at heart. We have shown that we take the resources of this country and utilize it to serve the people of Guyana. We have shown that we have the best presidential candidate in David Arthur Granger. And we have shown that our presidential candidate has certificate while the other one fabricates. I want to say to you that we have done wonders in 4.5 years. If you look at the roads, you will see that we did wonders. When the PPP was in government and they did a road, you were sure that when the contractors were going, the road was going. But when we do roads, you see what we have on the East Coast. The PPP couldn't finish that. They had hell. They left it. And we have shown that we have the capacity to organize and get projects done. So tonight, we are celebrating a brand new road on the East Coast. But not only on the East Coast, they were in trouble with the East Bank. We took it, and when you look at it, you know the parts we did and you know the parts they did. Because those that they done broken up. And so I'm saying to you, we have delivered. We have shown that we have the ability. We cannot afford to have the likes of the PPP sea power. The thieves so bad when we not oil money. Imagine if we get oil. And you know full well that post jump their hand. And when post jump your hand, you have difficulty seeing wealth and don't touch it. And so we're saying to you that we have shown that we will serve the people of Guyana. I saw the Phillips boy that missed the mark. Ran to Kokwani because Roussel was doing whatever they were doing. And of course the people chased him. But there are some things we must remember and never forget. Roussel was brought here by Barrett Jackdale. For years, they treated the Guyanese worker with disrespect. It took the APNU plus AFC to put them to the place and to say to them, you have to live by law. They brought a Chinese company that did the same thing. Well, you imagine, Roussel and the Chinese company ain't got the money that Exxon got. So if we leave them and they're in charge of this country, anybody will do us anything. And so, by their actions in the bauxite and forestry industry, we know full well that they can't run this country. And so, we need to be very, very clear in our minds. We are not going back to the life under the PPP. Throughout the life of the People's Progressive Party, we had to fight them. They tried their best to close down the Thursday night action on this line tap because they know the people of Plaisance make money that Thursday night. They did everything, but we fought them and it has survived. Let us remind you that Jack Deere was about to take our ground to put a tower, and we came out as a tower of strength and put it in place. Let me remind you that he built a building for the Darkest Club, and his intention was to bust a road from his house straight through. We stopped him again. We are not going to allow that abuse. We are sweeping the People's Progressive Party into a garbage bag. My friends, if we have short memory, we will punish. We must remember everything that they do. Let me remind you, they put a poster up in which they said they will remove the 2 o'clock curfew. Well, that is the greatest joke. When the PPP was in power, there was so much violence in Guyana that people, they used to meet 2 o'clock. Since dark, they go home. So I don't know what nonsense they are talking. Our people can sport and line till 2 o'clock and be assured of their safety. No longer do our young people go out and you have to worry whether they are coming back because it's either the Phantom, the police, or the PPP. We have ended that. It shall not return. Because as a people, we know what the PPP did. We know that the PPP discriminated against communities they believe are green communities. We have shown them that we are better than them. We treat all communities equally. We give all communities service. And for that, we should re-elect the APNU plus AFC. We have shown that with resources at our disposal, we will treat people equally. And that is important because we do not want to return to a situation of discrimination. We have punished and the finish. The time is to let the progress continue. We have progressed. We have come a far way. Let us recall that the People's Progressive Party used to give 2% and 5% to workers and virtually said to them, go to hell, do what you like. It took this government to improve the wages of workers, to improve the wages of teachers, so people who left teaching are now saying we could go back and teach. And this government has put resources in education, and we must value that. You know why? The poor man's road to emancipation is education. Let us not forget, many of our young people could not get scholarships. Let us not forget, in the vindictiveness of the People's Progressive Party, they remove law scholarships because they know the children of the poor will not be able to do law once they did that. And they know full well it targeted our supporters. We have brought it back. We are saying to our people, once you have the ability and the capacity, you must become lawyers. And so David Arthur Granger said, scholarship for lawyers. And that is what we must celebrate. That is what we must look for. You must look for the government that serves you. And the government that has shown it has the ability to serve us is a partnership for national unity and the Alliance for Change. Recall what they did in housing. In housing, the People's Progressive Party gave to people a pasture and call it a house lot. When they give you this pasture, you had no water, you had no light, you had no roads. And then they give themselves Pradoville 1 and 2. And before they move in, they had light, water, everything. This government has changed that. Parfait Harmony, you name the place. We are providing those services to the people. But recall the cruelty of the People's Progressive Party. Jagdeo and company sold themselves Pradoville 2 at $144 per square foot. When they sell ordinary people in those other schemes, they sell them at 500. Which government would have had the interest of ordinary people at heart and sell they who got money at a lower price and you who don't have at a high price? We must be clear. The PPP must never see government again. Never. Power for the PPP means punishment for poor people. And we don't want poor people punishing. And then I want to point this out to you. The PPP is no longer the political party of Chedi Jagan. The PPP is the political party that is controlled by a man in a mad rush for power. This power crazy boy, hear what he does. He chose somebody and put them there. He has transformed the PPP into a party of political puppets. In front is the FF. I can just say fat, you could put the other word. Behind me is another FF. The boy, whoever is his name. And behind them is the man who is interested in oil. We must not be fooled. In these elections, you are voting against the People's Progressive Party and Barrett Jackdale. He is seeking to get power through the back door. He didn't go to no confidence motion because he felt this government didn't do anything. He did it because he wanted political power at all costs. And our response must be to get out there, go into every nook and cranny, and bring out our supporters and ensure we defeat the People's Progressive Party. It is an affront. It is a pass for a barrel to become a president ahead of our slim, intelligent president. If he wants to be in charge of anything, he should go to Laparkan. Laparkan is the place for barrels, not the Ministry of the Presidency. And so, while we're glad you're here in your numbers, we want you to join us in this campaign. We want you to go to every youth and speak to them and ensure that they understand the importance of voting for a partnership for national unity and the Alliance for Change. It is very critical that we do that. Today I came from the Rupununi, and crossed the Rupununi, people are telling you this government served us well. And so, don't worry the polls they're putting out. I don't know where Jack Dio get a poll from that said they can win. They can't win anything. Whatever he thinks, and then he got a fan that's pushing out bad wind. You know the fan that's pushing out bad wind? We must ensure that that fan that push out bad wind stay at Lenora. He could sell plantain chips. And if he worried because he ain't got a degree, we got some advice for you. We have set up across this country a number of night schools that people who drop out of school can go. We welcome him. We welcome him as a school dropout who purport to get a degree and then move on to another one. All we know is that he is bent on fraud. And we cannot allow a fraudulent operative to run us. We have in David Arthur Granger an honest man. We have in Arthur Granger a decent man. But you know what is also important? We have a First Lady that has restored the First Ladyship to the highest level of honesty and decency. We don't have to argue that the president married now and he didn't marry after. We know full well what he has done. And we know full well we have a first lady that is going into every community, regardless of race, regardless of religion, and she is empowering people. That is the kind of first lady we want. We don't want first lady who got to sleep outside. Business is inside. I wonder when she's sleeping outside, who was inside? And don't answer. Do not answer. Just accept that in our case, our president is an honest, decent man, giving leadership, showing families how they should live. And therefore, we have no place for the likes of Irfan Ali and Barrett Jackdale. We want them to understand that we remember what they did to us. If we have short memory, we will suffer. And so, I'm saying to you, this is a serious time. As a people, we have to get out there and vote overwhelmingly to ensure that there is no PPP. That is what we must be focused on. We must focus on getting out every vote. The East Coast is one of the most critical places. If we bring out our supporters in full on the East Coast, we can beat them bad. You know, long ago, say licks like peas, we will give them licks like peas. And so, comrades, I want you to be very clear in your head. In this election, there is only one choice. There is only one decent presidential candidate. There is only one political party that has served this country, and when you look at their record, you can say yes. I want to close by reminding you two things. Have you ever seen the PPP before this? Had a political campaign and then put up a picture of the presidential candidate? You know the shame? A shame. It's two reasons why they put up the picture. One, the shame of him. And the man behind him, no, he can't put himself so people can talk. So he prefer no picture. But we, boy, you see that? Look there. We can proudly put him up because he's a decent and proper president. And so, we must understand what we are up against. And come March the 2nd, I want to urge you to come out, put your X next to the palm and key, and let us palm the PPP out of existence and return David Arthur Granger, the APNU plus AFC, to power. I want you to promise me that. And so, I want to end on a very quiet, simple note. We have no place for losing. Our only task is to win. And we have to win by more than one seat. And that will only occur if we work together and ensure we bring out the votes. I say to you, good night. I enjoy speaking with you, but I want to pave the way for the next speaker who will bring you a much better message. Thank you.